Hello? Okay, mic work. All right, I guess we're ready to rock. No. Participants, invite, copy link. And can't do that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alicia, what's good?
Hey, Kanai, how you doing?
All right. How you doing?
Man, I'm good. What's going on with you?
I can't call the same old shit, different day. You know.
Why you look like you've been in a tavern somewhere, Kanai?
I ain't even started. I just poured my shit. I'm tired today. I was sitting up here. So I took and made some macaroni and cheese and what else? I was down there just doing shit. I had to clean some dishes up and what other than this? It's just been one of them days. Shit, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. I understand. I took a nap before I think I woke up around a little bit before 7 o'clock. I fell asleep on the couch. I'd have missed my training and everything else.
Shit, you're gonna be up all night then.
I don't care.
I hear you.
I work for myself. Well,
I did that,
You know what I gotta do.
Shit. Well, you got the right plan. Mika, what's up?
What's happening?
Hey, Mika.
Hey, Alicia, girl.
How you doing, girl?
I'm good, girl. How you?
Girl, we trying to figure out what's going on with what's going wrong with Kennard over here today.
What I miss?
Alicia said, "Look, I got this."
Kennard got a lot of activity over here. He looked like he been at a tavern all day.
I've been chilling. I've been working. I had to work today. I came home. I was doing shit around the house. It's just, I got a little tired and shit. I was kind of drowsy, So I went and got me a little spritzer and shit downstairs for the show.
Nigga, did you just say spritzer? Really?
Yeah.
Really? Man, you really Northside bougie. Really?
I had to get something, because I was like, I don't know. I said, man, we got to get this show in today. Damn, I keep forgetting. Oh, we are recording. Okay, so we good there. But I said, we got to get this show in. This is going to be a good one. So, we just wait on everybody to pop up. Now, the one girl, I don't know, Alicia, you know Meek? The girl Meek?
No, I never met her.
Me neither. And she's supposed to be popping in tonight.
Yeah, I saw she had a lot to say about the content we had to say.
Yeah, I'm like, well, shit, come through. Hold on, somebody. That's cool. I mean, shit, you are well. Oh, there go Will right there. I said, you welcome to come down. Shit.
Right, wait, watch Will get on. He gonna be laying on his stomach with his legs crossed.
Really, Alicia, you just gonna bust him out like that.
Watch, wait. Hey, Will.
mic on.
Now he gonna sit up. Now he gonna sit up on you today.
Well, we don't hear you, bro. Your mic off. Your mic off. You gotta cut it back on. Okay, go ahead. Mika, how was your weekend?
What's back there a drink?
Good. I'm on. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. What's up,
Is
man?
it clear? What's up, man?
Ain't nothing. We hear you. Everything clear?
Hey, Will, what you doing?
Hey,
Nothing
Will,
much.
Will.
What's going on? He said, what I'm doing. I'm chilling.
Are you
Chilling
He on
going
right
his
now.
down,
side.
Will?
He on his side. He on his side.
Yeah,
At
you
least
see
he
him.
laying
You
on
see
his
me
side.
propped up today.
Yeah, I know.
I bet the money that you was gonna be on your stomach with your legs crossed on the phone today.
Oh, my goodness. You got that right. Oh, man. Get ready. I'm going to get ready to bake some muffins.
Hey, you a little blurry on the mic, Will. You a little bit blurry.
I'm a little blurry on the mic.
A little bit. It sounds like
A little
this,
bit.
a little bit. It sounds like you got it like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
I sound a little better.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Wow, but
Gotta
it's
take
good.
that
It's
stuff out the
better.
oven too. Man.
Wait,
Get
let
the
me.
pot holders.
But shit, your camera's super clear, bro.
Yeah, you hear me now?
That's perfect.
You see me now?
Yep.
I'm better.
You
We
good?
can always see you.
Way better.
I'm talking about clearer. Like I look clearer.
Your picture
Yeah,
was
you
clear.
look real clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it better be is this phone. I spent some bread. Spent some bread for this phone.
That sounds like a threat, Will.
I'm for AT&T.
I don't know what your sister did with. I don't know if she took it next door. Look in the
The threat is for AT&T.
Mhm.
Better believe it.
Yeah, but you on point, bro. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was pretty good. Cold, but good.
I hear that shit.
We not living like Alicia.
what that mean?
Somewhere warm.
It's not warm. Actually, well,
We ready,
it's
Joe.
it's warmer than y'all where y'all are, but it's like 30. I had the heat on. I've had the heat on for a couple of days now.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, what's going on? Because I seen they had snow in California this year.
Girl, they playing with that weather. You can't tap the system like that, the ecosystem, and think it ain't gonna like this what happened when we abuse and mistreat what's natural. We've abused and mistreated what's natural, so we're getting the effects of it.
So you heard
Yeah,
of what's the name of the thing? It's on a naval base. I can't think of the name of it. They basically manipulate the weather.
Oh, of course, they've been doing it for years.
I can see that, yeah.
They've been doing it for years.
Okay.
That's why you have unseasonable weather. But I think also what's going on now too is that you have this unseasonable weather coupled with the fact that we've abused the environment. Like you can't put all these pollutants and toxins into the area and think that it's not going to have an effect. And that's essentially what's going on.
I see that. Yeah, that's exactly. And you know, we get to a point to where, you know, you hear the global warming talks. Well, at least you used to hear it. And it's kind of like at least from our standpoint here in Chicago, I don't know about the whole Midwest, but it seems like it's in reverse because it seems like the winters get colder, you know, and the summers don't last as long. So that's kind of like, to me, the reverse of my idea of what global warming is. You would think that everywhere the temperatures will go up, but it's not necessarily the case. Because like I said, our winters now go from like 6 months. They go from like November.
I was gonna say from October to damn August.
Damn yeah, shit.
Warm weather.
You get snow in April every year now. Like every year in April.
Yeah, and like the first week of May too.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, well, hell, by the time you get to May, shit, you a month in the spring and you still getting snow. Then the summer only
Exactly.
you know, you're looking at about a good 3 months of summer and then you right back cold again. So it's like, damn.
Have y'all noticed like between October and December, it's like unseasonably warm, like you'll get cold, but then January, February, the last maybe 4 years, we've been getting like really bad blizzards. And it's like bad, like blizzard, cold weather and stuff like, and that's been going on for the past 4 or 5 years, where I remember growing up, like if it didn't snow, it was kind of cold, but it always snowed around Christmas time. Always hands down.
Yeah.
You knew it was gonna snow either the day before Christmas or Christmas time. You would have snow, and for the past few years, that's not been the case. And when it starts to snow in Chicago now, you get really bad snow, and it's always like blizzard, Arctic type shit going on.
Yep. Yep. That's true.
You can leave it out for me.
Oh, but the name of that I don't even know if you would call it an organization or whatever it's called, but it's called h.a.a.r.p. It's h.a.a.r.p. And those are the ones who manipulate the weather. You know, I heard about it some years ago. I looked into it. I'm like, damn, that's some crazy shit. You know, but it's out there. My understanding, the U.S. Navy is running it, and that's what they do. So everything from like earthquakes to who knows what. You know, I mean, I personally believe it does exist. So you know, they put it under a conspiracy theory type of deal, but I believe it. You know, that's just, I don't believe it's nothing impossible. You know what I'm saying? Especially not something like that, because we definitely got the technology to be able to do this shit. You know.
Yeah.
We've been had the technology to do.
We've been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all
And
see
it's
what
abusive.
China did too?
What's that?
With the sun, they made that sun, they could generate the power of the sun even stronger.
Mm-hmm. They shot, it looked like a missile, but it looked like a ball. It did. It looked like a ball of sun that they shot out, and it was shaped like the sun. And when it went up to the sky, it radiated the whole, like it looked like the sun was rising, like it looked like a sunrise. Wallahi, it did. It really looked like a sunrise.
They spent $1 trillion on that.
In China?
Yes.
Yeah. Damn.
Really?
I know nothing about it.
I have to look that up. Right, me neither. I'm gonna have to look that up. I want to see something like that.
I know that. Shit, if these motherfuckers is, you know, that's gonna say a lot, because you know what? Could you imagine? Well, it's gotta be some bads to that.
In Japan?
You know. Because now,
okay, so I'm getting some information from my son. He said that they're making artificial land too.
Artificial land out of what?
Land, Kobe, how they doing it?
Land.
I mean, what do you see, right?
From the videos that I've seen, like they've been using them to like build like little islands and stuff. And
yeah, land.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
He said they're making islands, little islands out of them.
Little islands, yeah.
I said that when I just did that drive from my job, which is up north to my daughter's job in Oak Brook. I was like, who the hell come out here and make a? It looked like that was some made up shit that I rolled through. So I could see that happening.
Well, I mean, you know, just as
because that looked like it wasn't nothing out there. Ain't never been nothing out there, like they just went out there and laid some grounds or something, made them something. It did not look. It didn't look like the city, the suburb, the farm. It didn't look rural, urban, or none of that. It just was like just there. So I can see that happening. Yeah.
But you essentially are messing with the natural balance of what the earth is. So when you get the food with stuff and making things unnatural, how do you not think that there's going, like everything has a balance?
True.
When you start fooling with it, you throw off that balance. And so what you're doing is you're creating chaos where there should be none.
So then I guess my question is, if it's all artificial, we know nothing grows there, which would kind of tie in with what you said about balance in nature. But I don't understand, what's the point? Okay, you have to tear down something natural in order to put it there. Okay, it's just like,
well, my son said it's just like, it looks like it doesn't belong there, but they're adding like islands where there should be none.
Then what's supposed to be there? What was their prior?
So water.
Like if they're, because he said they're making islands, so it has to be a body of water. Is it a body of water, Kobe? He said it's just a body of water that he said it's just out in the ocean, and they're adding these lands that they're making.
Yeah, that's what that looks like.
Well, your boy,
I can see that.
Your boy, was Jeff Bezos trying to get people to live on the moon now? So they're trying to inhibit that.
Yeah, because they're going to Yeah, they ain't talking about us though. Let's be clear.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Let's be clear. I just want for you start packing your bags and this is not for you.
Hey, Alicia, that's one place they couldn't trick me to go nowhere. I wouldn't even want to go up there. They can have them on.
Y'all remember like this was some years ago. I don't want to cut y'all off and get sidetracked. But y'all remember a couple of years ago they had like it was a sister and this white dude that flew up there, and then they came. I think they came back down or whatever. Everything was cool, but then I don't remember hearing the follow-up story behind it. But there's nothing up. Well, okay, no, they sent them I think to Mars. No, wait, did they send them to Mars or was it the moon?
My son said that he said it was Mars. He said that Bezos wanted to blow up Mars to create an artificial ozone. He wanted to shoot a nuke at Mars to blow it up to create an artificial ozone.
That's some shit.
It is.
For real to even talk like that.
Like, why he ain't there?
He messed with God, I guess.
They've been playing with him. They've been playing with him.
But that's what they're trying to do, because that's what I'm saying. They say that ain't nobody up there. So they want people to go up there and live. The only way you're gonna know is if you up there yourself. You ain't gonna get up there unless you got some money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they want the privileged people to go up there, because what they're going to do, they're going to continue to rape the earth of those natural nutrients.
Yeah.
All the natural resources, and they're going to take it wherever they are. But they're going to leave all us down here to either work for it or suffer because we ain't got enough money. And they're going to get rid of our black asses. But the reality of it is, they can never get rid of us because they can't survive without us.
I was just about to say that.
That part they ain't figured out yet, that we know. A lot of us know that y'all cannot exist without us. Like there's no you all without, you can't exist without us.
Indeed. But that'd be some shit if you can get you like a studio on Mars and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know it'd be fucked up. If they finally when they land, we up there already got shit together. That we there too.
That's what I was thinking that too, because like how is it, like I say, the only thing that we know about Mars or anything out of the solar system is what people tell us. We don't know what's up there.
Right.
We don't know. So it could be motherfuckers look just like us up there. I mean, like, it's not far-fetched. We don't know.
Right.
Because we banking on what they tell us it is. Huh?
You know how pissed they're gonna be if they find more of us everywhere else?
They gonna try to kill us. They gonna do the same thing that they did down here. They gonna give us syphilis and gonorrhea, and they gonna kill us.
You're right. Them damn sinners.
Right. They gonna give us all the sinner diseases.
Them damn sinners.
Well, I tell you what, I want to find out what's beyond Earth. I don't care for Earth that much to want to go anywhere else.
I ain't been all over the whole planet.
I'm just saying, you don't want to be the black person going up there with the white person, because y'all know somebody got to die, and it's probably gonna be your black ass.
Yes,
you gonna be the sacrifice and the test dummy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's been so many missions to space that the people that died and was never heard of, or they never put it on TV for people to even know. You know what I'm saying? So you got that whole thing. But like I said, we don't know what's up there. We don't know if it's, okay, we know for sure Mars, I believe it's Mars, does have a source of water. And being that if it's a source of water, then there's some living beings on that planet. Straight up. Now, with the moon, on the other hand, that's a whole different thing. But again, we can't prove shit. We got to go by what they say. So it would be a trip, like, you know, if we ever lived in a time where, you know, motherfuckers told the truth about it. And, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's still no way for us to get there anyway. So, you know, even if they did say, okay, you got like a colony of motherfuckers living up there right now, we can't get up there to even see them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, then you look at the Bible, like the Bible will tell you stories about angels and demons and beings from here and there. So when you, but then again, the Bible was translated by them. So we can't even verify that that's factual. I mean, we know it's some truths and shit motherfuckers say, but we can't take it. We can't take everything motherfuckers say
for their word.
Right, because
we can't take nothing for nobody's word. We can only try to figure it out and study it for our own understanding. We can't really take nobody's word for nothing because everything is written down. We can't even take these diseases that they talking about in medical terms for its word. We don't really know what really causes what the diseases or medical health failure.
Yeah, because
it's all read in books and all written by them. So we really don't know.
About the truth will pop up any way you read it. So sometimes it takes you going through 5 or 6 books. If the truth is the truth, it's going to be the truth in each one of those books. Mm-hmm. Some of it's just going to be bullshit and we have to exercise common sense. Mm-hmm. Ain't no new diseases popping up, like, right? So all this new stuff that's popping up, these are things that they're creating. And they're creating it for population control.
Right.
That's why they so hell-bent on using these vaccines against Black and brown people because, we have extra strands of DNA. Mm-hmm. Our bodies, Black people's bodies are far more superior than anybody else's. So we're always going to be the test dummy for everything because if we can survive it, then they can survive it.
All right.
I'm always mindful of that when they talk about these new diseases, any disease that you get, it's always going to mutate. It's just like everything else. Everything evolves in order to survive. So it's natural. Flu, it evolves every year because once you get vaccinated, I have to find something else. I'm accustomed to this, so let me evolve. So it's going to evolve.
Right.
However, why are we getting boosters within a year of getting the vaccine?
Right, because they've been telling us so.
Right, and then why are you beating up people that are not vaccinated, saying that we're risking the vaccinated people? But if you're vaccinated, you're supposed to be protected. So that doesn't even make sense. On top of the fact that how are you vaccinated with a booster and you can still get COVID? Why am I getting the shot then?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of it?
They just said Larry Lightfoot got COVID now.
Don't talk about I told you. What you're not gonna do is disrespect no Black woman. I will stab you with this fork in the arm. What you're not gonna do? You're gonna leave Auntie Lori alone.
She be on some look. That's why I ain't want to even bring it up. But
Alicia, but I'm with him. She was so gung-ho against the teachers staying at home and protecting themselves and making sure that, everything on every safety issue that they had for, she was so against it. So like they were so disrespectful. They were so this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. And here it is. You got it. And and she pushed, and then like even for the CPD, she pushed it. So they couldn't come to work unless they got the vaccine, this, that, and the other. But here it is, you got all 3 and you got COVID.
Well,
it's no real way to protect
I ain't defending Auntie Lori. I ain't defending Auntie Lori. I'm not defending her. I'm not defending her because I definitely think that they sent them people back to school. I think they were unfair in sending those teachers back to school with those kids when they didn't have the proper protocol. They didn't have enough staffing to do what they needed to do in order to keep those places clean. I'm just saying that people talk so much shit about Auntie Lori, right? They give her so much shit, and I ain't talking about you, Kanar, but they give her so much shit about her being gay, about her suits. Daley walked around for decades looking like he just rolled out of bed. Nobody said a word. As soon as this Black woman get on there, everybody want to talk about her. And ain't nothing wrong with it. But my thing is this. 2022, I'm protecting all Black people. I don't care if they gay, straight, or whatever. What I will not do is I would not allow white people. Now we can talk about Auntie Lori offline, but we can't have no company, right? Which means that whatever we like brothers and sisters. We talk about each other in the house behind closed doors. We ain't gonna allow nobody else to talk about Auntie Lori. And when we talk about her like that, then white folks come out here and they dog her, they drag her. We ain't gonna let y'all do that this year. 2022, no white people can drag nobody Black. Y'all ain't gonna talk about Auntie Lori.
Okay, look, this is the only gripe my main gripe is, and I can say, I don't fuck with the orange motherfucker at all. But one thing I do agree with is when he was trying to send the National Guard into Chicago to stop these niggas from tearing up Chicago. And she said, stay out of our business and all that.
And she should have.
And that was wrong. That was wrong.
No, it wasn't. Why was it wrong?
I'm going to tell you why. It's because, in my opinion, a move like that could have helped to save Black lives. See, niggas wasn't going to fucking Hoffman Estates to go and loot and rob and tear their shit up. They right in their own fucking neighborhoods. The problem I got with that is that's taking away, not only are you damaging shit to where your grandmother, your mother, your grandfather, they can't go get meds from CVS or Walgreens because y'all done looted the motherfucker down and sold the shit on Facebook. Not only that, but y'all took, and 9 times out of 10, took a job away from another Black person. Not a motherfucker out here selling dope and hustling. These are people that got jobs, maybe because they didn't have a car, maybe because they can only walk over there on Madison or on, Madison or Pulaski or whatever. They could just get there the best way they could. And y'all took their jobs away from them. That's foul. And instead of her taking his advice and letting them come in and handle shit, stay out of our business and keep Chicago name out your mouth. And the same shit is still going on. That's counterproductive. That's some bullshit.
But you're talking about two different things, though, Kenar. When you're talking about letting the National Guard in,
I don't think that would have been productive.
You're talking about invoking martial law, right? So what you just said is, okay, so she should have told the man his motherfucker bitch. He need to get his own affairs in orders. But if she had allowed him to send the National Guards in, that means that now we're in a martial law state, which means that they can stop me, they can stop my son, they can stop your grandmother, they can stop your mama. And if they shoot us and kill us for no reason at all, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing illegal about that, because now we're martial law, which means that we're mandated by time, we're mandated by where we go. They can shoot and kill us at will, and there's no law saying that even if we're not committing anything, they can actually kill us. So you're not only putting us in a situation where, because they're not going to do that in Hoffman Estates, they're going to do that in the hood, right? They ain't even coming up north to do that. They're going to do that shit on the west side and on the south side and on the east side. That's what all this shit is going to be. So you have all these tanks and all these young ass soldiers that are not Black, that don't look like us, have no idea what it is. And even if they are patrolling. So now you got a lot of scared young Black people patrolling with rifles and pistols with actually no law to tell them that they can't do something. No, they don't need to do that, because it's a lawless state. It's still a lawless state. Unfortunately, that happened, right? It happened. And I don't agree with tearing up nothing, but to send National Guards in, and if you recall, they've been trying to invoke martial law in Chicago for years. For all kinds of different shit. They want the National Guard to come in. But if you look at the reason why, if you look at how Chicago is made, Chicago is a majority Black city, and we're by a body of water. So we have a lot of ways to get out. Not a lot of states have that. And you don't never hear them talk about invoking martial law in Birmingham, in New York, nowhere else. It's always Chicago. Why is it that Chicago is the only state, the only city that has you can catch Chicago news down there anywhere. When I was in Jamaica, I was watching Chicago news in Jamaica. Why?
Because we fucking up out here.
No, niggas ain't just they're not just messing up in Chicago. Let's be clear. Chicago is not even the top. Chicago doesn't even make the top 5. So if we want to talk about violence and what's going on and percentage-wise, Chicago's not the top 5. So why is it that Chicago is always talked about, but nobody actually talks about the top 5 that are actually an issue? Look at Will. He on the side again with a sexy arm out. Hey, Will, baby. Hey, hey. How you gonna pop up back on the screen, sexy?
Oh, man. You know it.
Kanar, get your boy, Kanar. He can't be popping up on the screen like this.
I'm just chilling.
I'm trying to get my stuff right. That's what I'm trying to do.
Your mic super loud, bro. I said feedback on there.
Okay, you're gonna have to pause. You're gonna have to put one of them on mute. That's what
I
you're
am.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 most dangerous cities in the U.S. for 2021. Because we just started 22. Let me look on it. You might be right, Alicia.
Yeah, I know. I look at them.
All right, what's that?
All right,
Will.
I'm sorry.
Got a little beat going on.
I know.
Yeah.
There you go.
And you know what's funny? I never would have guessed it, but Wait, but dangerous is wait, hold on. Maybe I'm
Mississippi is the most dangerous. Mississippi is a murder capital.
No, they got Anchorage, Alaska.
Huh?
Anchorage, Alaska. Yeah. Memphis.
You don't have to walk him so bad. Just get to eat.
Anchorage, Alaska. It says
where that's at?
In Alaska, nigga.
Hey, that's Chicago. Hey, that's CPS. Hey, that's it. That's that CPS education. Keep me waiting on me all week.
Chicago Public School at its finest. What is going on?
At its finest, man. I was asleep throughout the whole 12 years.
Damn.
No, I never.
Damn, did you pass a class?
I tried.
Was that a definitive answer? I don't know if that was an answer. I'm not really clear about what just happened.
Oh man, I'm getting it together.
Hey,
At least you've been waiting on me all day.
this is crazy.
No, Will, don't take it personal. I'm on everybody today. I don't know.
I know you in your mood. I see.
I done had a nap, so I'm wide open.
Uh-oh.
We see she got a makeup on, got a scarf on.
Yeah.
Because Kanarda scared the shit out of me, right? So I done had to comb my hair, put some makeup on, because what he won't do is have no picture of me nowhere with my I got my eyebrows and my chin threaded. I'm not playing around with Kanarda.
Oh, yeah, John, too. I'm going to get with him because I'm trying to get this logo with everybody. It's going to be 6. It's going to be 3 women. So that'll be Eb, Alicia, Tamika, me, Will, John. And then I want to take and do a picture. But I got to find out how to do it first. I'm going to get with y'all in the near future, once I figure out what the fuck I'm doing. So I got to watch some videos. But yeah, we're going to have our brand up. That way we got a brand, we can share it and all this other shit. But from what I just read, with the most dangerous cities, the first one was Anchorage, Alaska. I find that hard to believe.
Well, you got to look at the population too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The population, the lesser people. If it's like 100,000 people, you got 40 murders. That's a lot. And we start going in millions. That's how they project. That's how they get their.
Right, they do it by percentage. So when you hear when somebody give you an actual number, the number sounds bigger than what it like percentage wise.
Exactly.
Chicago is a bigger city than Birmingham. So, you may have 1,000 people being murdered in Chicago where you got 50 murdered in Birmingham. But when you talk about percentage wise, they may be killing more people in Birmingham than in Chicago.
Right.
That's true too.
That's how they get their percentage. That's why they even say like the safest place to live is in urban areas than rural areas because there's no closer hospital, nowhere to go. So they go off a percentage. You be out of nowhere, you got a heart attack, it take you 2 hours to get to the hospital. You dead on arrival. So that's how they do their percentage.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. That's just the way they do it.
Well, I did get another stat. I looked up the most murders in 2021, and number 1 is St. Louis. And you got
oh yeah, St. Louis is bad too. Arkansas made the list before. It's been a lot of smaller places that made the list before we have. They just emphasized that. I think it had something to do with Barack too.
Bullshit, Barack. So
I think I'm saying after 20, they went harder after he became. You don't think so?
No, it's the same. Let me tell you, they sensationalized like Barack Obama did absolutely nothing for us.
No, I know that.
But I think that they made it seem like it got worse while he was in his administration.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Nothing changed.
Right.
The murders were still the murders. They were still the same that they were when he got in and when he got out. When Bush and Clinton, like I don't think that when you look at murder rates, like the reality of it is any 2 times that you still have these children walking around getting these guns, anytime that you have, well, like what the fuck do you need with a AR? Why? Right? But they don't want to watch gun. Like I'm pro gun, for real pro gun. I believe everybody should own a firearm, everybody should know how to use one. But some of the shit that they do is unreasonable, and they pander to people. They don't do anything about the gun control laws because their lobbyists are paying them. So anytime that our government is not our government anymore, our government works for these big businesses because these big businesses can pay them to push whatever legislation they want to push. So this is no longer about the people. It ain't for the people. It ain't to help the people. This is about how much money I can get from these big businesses, and whoever gives me the most money is whose issue and agenda I'm going to push. So we're not going. You have these guns ain't just like, even if you look at Chicago, how these Southside Negroes getting guns into Chicago? They're not pushing it. They ain't bring these guns back. They ain't bring these guns by themselves. How they getting all these crates of guns? Who sending them in? What you saying, Kennard?
Bring the drugs either. We know how I get there.
But that's my point. So, but you can't talk about one without talking about the other, because it's the intent too. Like, it's intentionally being sent to our neighborhoods. Like, you flying drugs in. You're like, even when you look at Snowfall, you'll make it seem like crack and cocaine is a black issue. Mm-hmm. It's not. And the government intentionally put it into our communities for a reason, just like they're doing guns. But when you talk about it as holistically, when you talk about the systemic part of it, it's never mentioned that why are these guns on these trains and they're mysteriously just falling off in these neighborhoods, in these areas? How?
In the unregistered.
Right.
Well, it was a known drug dealer from out south. I think he was on I think he said he was from 69th and King Drive. He had said it that but he live in Los Angeles now. He can't come back to Chicago for various reasons. But he had said he had did a documentary, and he said that they were dropping back in the 80s. They were just putting crates of guns in alleys. Sure. In various neighborhoods, right. Just sitting them in the alley. He say, and whatever type of gun you wanted, they had. He say, and you and your crew would just go pick out, you know what I'm saying, whatever gun you had. And he was like, we couldn't go get the guns. They deliberately were dropping those guns off. So it wasn't even like accidentally just falling out nowhere. They were literally dropping them in certain like the real bad neighborhoods. They were just dropping them there, crates of guns, just leaving them in the alley by the garbage can for anybody to pick them up.
Because it's enough to just sell drugs. Like, if you sell drugs, you're talking about slow death. And if you really want to destroy Black folks, then, that would expedite it. And then once you mix in the drugs and then you introduce them to some more new drugs, and you have some rappers promote, hey, drink cough syrup and do perks and do this, blah, 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 blah. Well, the young niggas, they want to be like the rappers because they know dad there. So they want to emulate the rappers. That's their male role model. So we going to take all this. And then we go on top of that, we still gonna smoke the weed, and we gonna drink the liquor and all this, and then go out and shoot. So they always hear that.
But essentially that's the purpose, though, Kennard. Like you said, like at the end of the day, it didn't just start with these young niggas. It started in our generation and even in our parents' generation that they dropped all this stuff. But when you mix alcohol and drugs, you're gonna have irrational behavior, right? So now you mix the alcohol, you done threw the cocaine in our communities. So now you got a lot of people that are addicted. And addiction is a motherfucker, because what you gonna do, what you normally would do, you're not doing, because now you're addicted. You're not rational. So you chasing that high. And so whatever you need to do to get that high is what you're going to do. And now you making money. Crack was money back then. I know y'all remember when crack hit, everybody that was selling dope, people that were selling dope was making money. So now you have a new stream of revenue coming. So now you got all these dope dealers. And so now you're trying to fight for corners and all this other stuff, on top of the fact that, like you said, we're drinking, we're smoking weed. Some of them are doing cocaine, some of them doing rock. Now you have irrational behavior. Now you don't have any parents in the home because they're hooked on crack cocaine. So they out in the street. So you have nobody like to ground you. And now you have chaos. And all of it is intentional. And we can talk about it in our community. Like, we definitely should talk about what responsibility we have in our community, but we cannot forget that this shit is being put into our communities. Like, they can talk about the war on drugs all they want to. It's not a war on drugs. It's a war on fucking Black people. It has been a war on us. It's been a war on us.
Well, I agree wholeheartedly. We down to 350 on the first segment. Of course, we're going to come back and I'll send y'all a link. But, I mean, you do have those occasional things, certain things that, well, I didn't predict it, but I kind of seen the way things was going. I said, like, years ago, the girls is going to be doing the shooting. And they are. And then I said that more police is going to be getting shot. And they are. because that's part of collateral damage. It was intended, I believe, to stay within the confines of black neighborhoods amongst black people. So typically that's your target. When you hear about somebody get shot, 9 times out of 10, I always have a joke. Me and my wife will talk about it. I say, well, what color was it? You know what I'm saying? What color was the shooter? And it's usually the same answer. So, anytime you hear somebody who was non-black who gets shot, that's like a one-off type of deal. When it comes, it was a guy that got shot up today on a carjacking. Guy was like 46, I think it was. They took a shot him in the chest. No good. No, I ain't even investigated, but I'm certain I know what color the nigga was that shot him, and I'm certain I know the color of the person that got shot. Because they ain't got the balls to go up and do this to white people.
Well, but stop saying that, Kennard, because you make it. Well, let me tell you why.
Let me tell you
why. Because you make it seem as if white people kill white people more frequently than white people kill black people. Chinese people, like it's proximal crime. So when you say it like that, you make it seem like black folks just walk around here killing and they ain't got enough nerve to go kill nobody else. Nigga, they're killing folks that are in close proximity to them. They're doing the same thing that white folks do. They're doing the same thing that Mexicans do. Like there's not a Mexican on Mexican, like people that black on black is gaslighting, and it gives the impression that yes, we are killing each other, no doubt, and we shouldn't be doing it. But everybody else is killing each other too, and it's just
not being reported.
Right, but it's not
only
not being reported, but they don't have it. They don't have a slogan. They don't have a black on black phrase. Like they don't say Chinese on Chinese or Mexican on Mexican. It's just a Mexican man was shot by another Mexican man. But whenever you talk about black folks, it's always this black on black crime. We definitely need to stop it. But when we talk about crime has always been proximal. If you look at any studies or any statistics, crime is proximal. It has nothing, like with the lynchings and little other shit like that, that's racism. But when you talk about general crimes, they're proximal crimes. They're not just, oh, I'm gonna kill him because I'm scared to kill a white person. No, the person that looked like him is a person that lives next to him. That's a person in his neighborhood, and that's just what it is. And it needs to stop, but that's what it is.
That's to say, like, okay, good example. We know the South Side is majority black, so is the West Side. So judging from what you just said, basically people killing on people. So why is there so less crime in diverse areas like the North Side? You hardly even hear that.
But the nurse, but you have to look at the resources on the North Side too. You have to look at the resources on the North Side. You cannot compare the North Side to the West Side or the South Side of Chicago, because even the resources, what the North Side looks like, most people refer to the North Side as bougie. Like North Side has so many more resources than when you talk about the hood. They don't even look the same.
No,
they statistics are not right. They statistics are not like done like ours. They don't report their statistics, and the thing is too, they don't report all their crimes. And even though with these cameras and stuff, it's only certain things